Listen, man, I was out here minding my own business up in here, and then right before DP had some technical difficulty, he's talking about Kendrick Lamar and the GOAT conversation. Man, hold on, what you talking about, man? I can't even do a damn
what
foolery, man. Can I do a wrestling show?
No, what I was simply saying is I didn't appreciate how great he was. That's all. That's all.
Because you don't get to hear him once every 4 years, like the World Cup,
that's all
like the Olympics,
like John Cena. That's all. I never said
it ain't your fault that you ain't appreciate. You ain't appreciate Kendrick. You don't hear him once every 10 years.
Yeah.
That ain't your fault.
I ain't know he had to pop out and show me every 5 years, but cold-blooded. That's all I was saying. No shade. No shade at all. I forgot how great he was.
He's extremely gifted. I just don't want to hear you say him and John Cena in the same breath, Daddy.
I want you to say excuse me for being misunderstood. Hey, God cut the power off.
How you gonna put this on Jesus? Listen, shout out to the Samoa Watchman. I acknowledge my podcast tribal chief.
Man, I wish I was in sunny Cali, Daddy.
Yo, what up, bro? What part of Cali you in Samoa Watchman before we get this thing started, before we get this ball rolling?
I'm guessing San Fran.
I'm thinking here. He look like a Bay Area cat. He look like an Oakland cat.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, he's giving off Oakland vibes, you know what I mean?
He did.
All right, let me get this damn thing started. Let's see when we start. Yes, indeed, my people. We are back with another rendition of the podcast. I got the squad with me. Chef pulling up a little bit late. Samoan Watchman in the building. First and foremost, DPJR, how you doing, brother? I gotta get in touch before for the act of God kicks you off the pod. Damn.
Yeah, man, I'm doing great, man. Doing big things, converting over to the other side of banking, loving it, doing what needs to be done, and improving every day. That's the goal, right?
Indeed, it is. JMC on a work trip, doing work things. What it do, brother?
Beautiful day here in sunny Lexington, North Carolina, and I got to just have the drone camera out today, flying over some golf courses, getting some content. Beautiful place. Evan, how are things on the home front, brother?
Oh, everything's good. I got these allergies kicking in. The East Coast has reminded me that the humidity is always undefeated, brother. He almost forgot in the West Coast with no allergies. He comes back to the East. Remembers he does have allergies. He always forgets. For him, his allergies are regional, daddy.
Have you gotten used to the time change yet?
No, but it's weird. I'm always up early. I'm up early, then I'm up late, then I'm up late, then I'm up early. But it is what it is. But before we get things started, y'all, listen. AEW got a show coming up. WWE got a show coming up. Same weekend. The only difference is with WWE, all I gotta do is put on Peacock and tune in. With AEW, I have to contemplate my entire life. Me and James, he have to sit back and think, should we pay $60 for 60 matches? Now, $1 a match ain't that bad. But but that's what we have to weigh. Yo, Rocky Earth, what it really do? I appreciate you pulling up. Shout out from all the way from Boise, with Idaho. Man, what the hell going on in Boise? Y'all ain't got nothing going on in Boise.
Potatoes.
No, shout out to the potatoes though.
Yeah.
Real fire stood.
Something they do up there.
But listen. Okay, hold on. King, Samoa Watchman, King Tama, upset, and I go, well, Samoa Watchman, he's not King Tama just yet. Before we get the show officially started, is he closer than I want him to be? Of course he is. Of course he's way closer than he should be. Now listen, I'm not even being funny here. Y'all know me. Y'all should know me by now if y'all listen to this show. He beats top 5 on Friday. We're gonna have a problem. I'm probably gonna have somebody else start the show. I ain't even lying. I'll probably just have DP, JMC, Chef start the show. I probably won't come into like half of it. That's how, because I'll be all hyperbolic and I'll be all ridiculous and all insane and I'll go lose my mind and I'll say inappropriate things and I'll be all rude over a man I really don't know. So let's just have all the tomfoolery and shenanigans stop this Friday with old Mighty Mississippi. Randy Orton stops this dude dead in his tracks and has me exactly where I want. Heel versus face, WWE protocol. Don't break protocol now, WWE. Don't break protocol now. Y'all do heels, y'all do faces. Don't get cute. Don't get cutesy and do more heel over more heel. Don't do it. I swear to God. Will Foster, I can't wait till he wins this, and Evan's going to be so pissed. I want it so bad. Look at this. Look how much people really, really want misery. You see what I'm trying to say?
They want to see a meltdown of epic proportions because King, I don't even want to finish it, whomever he might be. Let's not speak that into existence. Mighty Mississippi, as Evan like to call you, top 5, daddy.
But this is my issue. This is my issues. You see what I'm talking about? This is why drama is the number one thing. This is why reality shows are the number one thing on people on TV. People love drama. People love controversy. People don't like happiness. People don't like joy. People, at the end of the day, they really don't like underdogs. Numbers have backed up that people don't like underdogs. It's all bullshit. People been lying to you. People like underdogs until it gets down to the nitty gritty. Ain't nobody trying to see Indiana versus Minnesota. Don't play. Don't play because the ratings will reflect. I'll love it because I'm a basketball guy. But for the casuals, they ain't nobody trying to watch that. And Dylan Matthews says controversy creates cash. I go, yeah, in professional wrestling and in the world, apparently. So listen, if King Tama wins King of the Ring, I want to hear all the people with the same energy about how excited they are and how amazing it is and how such a great accomplishment it was. Because we all know if and when it happens, none of y'all will be saying that. All of y'all will be like, woe is me. What the hell has happened? Why did they do that? That's what y'all be saying. Because every single time they in the ring is we want Roman. So we can always pretend. We can pretend like what goes on the internet. But I'll be watching these shows and the we want Roman chants happen when they're in the ring. Why do they do that? You think that's a gimmick? You think that's a game? Why are the fans doing that? Dylan, I would much prefer King Carrion. Much prefer. If you ask me a lesser of two evils, who has, listen, Chad, who got more personality? Tama Tonga, Tama Beavis, or Terry Cross?
What the fuck are you doing, man? I don't know what the hell that dude's doing. That's all. That's how he sounds like. I tuned into SmackDown. I see this creature on
minding your
television,
own business,
and I see this creature. Like, what the hell is this? I did not know that was a language. What is that? Growlish? I don't know what the fuck that was, man. It was embarrassing. I don't know. Now I'm supposed to be scared. Hey, man, shout out to DM Hunk for frying his ass on X. Yeah,
listen, he's unstoppable.
Unstoppable. Never lost.
All right, y'all, let's officially get this show on the road. My gentlemen are in the building right now. AEW Double or Nothing. There is a lot of matches on this card. I didn't want to run down the whole card because I did want to get to the king and the queen of the ring, but I did want someone on this panel, some people on this chat, to tell me what match they're excited to see. If anything in particular, is there anything that tickles your fancy? Is there anything you're hoping to see? Mr. Khan has promised some surprises, some things in Las Vegas, Nevada. But DPJR, what say you, brother?
Man, it's difficult to say I'm particularly excited about one thing other than the emergence of Willow. You know, she's doing a great job. I think she's doing phenomenal. And her and Mercedes, the turn might be in the works already. That should be a good match if done properly. But other than that, I think that they jumped the shark on the team AEW versus the team Elite. And that's unfortunate because how do you have Daniel Bryan Bryan Danielson in this match, and you don't have Jon Moxley in this match. It just is beyond me. Like FTR, Bryan Danielson, Darby Allin, it's lacking star power to me. And therefore, I'm not terribly excited to see it because I think they could have done a better job of putting said characters, but Eddie Kingston got hurt. You know, he blew his knee out. It's just, I thought Darby Allin was a bit of a whimper. It could have easily been Jon Moxley and people would have been entertained. And the way to have that match get people intrigued is have someone turn from Team AEW to Team Elite. But who is the one to turn? It wouldn't make sense for either one of them to turn. If you ask me, if Omega would have been healthy, then sure. But at that particular time, it doesn't make sense other than Tony Khan coming out doing something. But I just don't get it. And it's just a little bit lackluster to me.
Yeah, to your point, Dylan Matthews' point as well. Somebody want to tell me why Ricky Starks wasn't in the replacement team on AEW. It's quite simple. He's on his way out, Ozzy. It's quite simple. If you don't think Ricky Starks is on his way out after you see him not on this card, when they're legitimate people that are injured, legitimate talent that is injured, so much so that they go reach for a Darby Allin, who I still think probably has a concussion, still is not fully healed, that you think because it's a anarchy in the arena match that it's less stress on the body or more stress on the body. There are so many reasons why Ricky Starks is going to be out of this company. It doesn't matter where he goes. He will not be in AEW as soon as he gets the moment, because this is utterly ridiculous that he's not on a card where there's an Eddie Kingston hurt, or there's a Darby Allin that's walking around like Weekend at Bernie's. I don't even know if that's his corpse or really him. I'm not aware. I'm not sure. Anybody check the pulse of Darby Allin? It could be a zombie version of him because he looks dead when he got in the ring. So you guys tell me what's going on. Dylan says only way Willow beats Mercedes is if she turns heel. Who turns heel? Dylan. Willow's not turning heel. So Mercedes is definitely winning. Mercedes is not coming back to lose a match to Willow, and it's so unfortunate because Willow just hit her stride at the right time. Willow actually is cutting better promos than Mercedes Varnado. So it's unfortunate that she's about to get put way back in the back after losing to a Mercedes and being a sacrificial lamb because of an injury that Mercedes suffered in a match that nobody really saw. You know what I mean? So this storyline is based on something that a lot of people didn't know. So it's going to be unfortunate that Willow is the person that has to suffer when she literally just hit her stride, found her character, found her confidence, found her promo, whether that's reason because of Mercedes or just her digging deep. It's just very, very, very unfortunate that Willow's going to have to suffer. Shout out to Bing Bong, was really good. Dylan says, oh, I agree. Mercedes is winning. Jesse was good. Damn, his corpse. Yeah, man, sometimes I get on my shit sometimes. Sometimes I'm grumpy. Sometimes I'm a curmudgeon, Jesse, so I do apologize. But you can't tell me that Darby Allin's not dead. JMC, what say you?
Well, first and foremost, anytime you want me to comment on Darby Allin first, or do you want me to comment on the card itself? Because I can say plenty.
It's your show, man. You do what you gotta do, bro.
So anytime, okay. So for the card itself, I guess the reason Moxley's not in the match with that you're talking about, DP, is because he's fighting Takeshita. You didn't know that because who gives a damn? There's no stakes. There's no story. Moxley has that he won, and he's on the card previously. But why would you know? Because there's no reason to care. So there's that. Anytime Will Ospreay's in the ring, there will be a spectacle. He is taking on Roderick Strong. The catch can wrestling spectacle will be fantastic to watch. But again, no story, no build. Roddy just got that title. I can't imagine Will Ospreay loses, but there's plenty of ways to keep him strong, fine, whatever. So I'm lukewarm on that, although it will be great in the ring. Toni Storm is my favorite performer in the entire wrestling business at the moment, although I think Serena Deeb is a dumpster fire. I'm excited to see Toni Storm in her element. And then anytime Christian Cage does anything, I'll at least perk my ears up. I think Swerve's been a lackluster champion, so I'm lukewarm on the card overall, but I enjoy AEW pay-per-views, Evan Mack, because every time we watch one together, the pay-per-view itself is always entertaining. The one thing that they do better than WWE is the post-media scrum. There's always something that comes out of that. whether it's a soundbite from someone or a bit of controversy. Obviously, the Anarchy in the Arena match is going to be a violent spectacle as well. Darby Allin is just, I mean, we can't miss you if you never go away. And he went to climb Mount Everest. He hurt his foot, got hit by a bus. I don't know if he's mentally ill, physically ill.
By a bus.
Hit by a bus.
A bus.
Yep.
Gee, and he's wrestling 3 weeks later? Oh, come on.
Yeah.
What?
So, again, I'm not super excited about it, but I will say that they do pay-per-views pretty well. As far as just in and of itself, a self-contained one night in a vacuum, they do them pretty well. The matches are always good. That's never the problem. The stories don't need to make sense. They often build their television program on the pay-per-views, which is ass backwards from a business perspective. It's not going to make any sense. It's going to be cattywampus. It's going to be all over the place. But the show itself, I imagine, if we can stick out the 6.5 hours that it will probably be entertaining to watch. So I'm like a 6.5 on a scale out of 10 of excitement.
Everything you said makes sense to me. Shout out to Miguel pulling up. Little Fettuccine. Tony Storm is getting kind of stale though. Please explain yourself so we can unpack. Darby is an android for real. Nah, I wouldn't go that far, guys. Everyone's praising his durability, but he's fragile.
The dude just broke his foot and got hit by a bus, and he looked like he was on life support when he took a picture and posted it on social media. Come on.
We talking about android. We talking about Terminator. The Terminator can walk through fire and keep on and pull up. The hell you mean?
In the room. Also, if I'm not mistaken, Bryan Danielson said he needs neck surgery. So you're going to let a man out there who said he needs neck surgery. His wife, I guess, is agreeing with him or whatever. So this dude says he needs neck surgery. So you're going to let a dude go out there and jeopardize his well-being, his health, his future with his children and his family? What if he breaks his neck for real? Then what do you do? Because then you have some serious questions to answer in the immediate scrum. So, that's some blurred lines that I wouldn't want to mix up, because if that neck injury happens, nothing's pretty with neck injuries, because Ridge Holland's ass is still suffering from what he did and his contribution to Big E career being ended so far. So people need to be careful. Eyes peeled.
Yeah, no neck, no back injuries. Jesse Boone, I didn't say he wasn't hurt. Just applauding his ability to still be moving after getting smacked by a bus. Yeah, I would applaud his ass to find a Tempur-Pedic mattress and lay on it for a couple weeks. That's what I would applaud. I would applaud him finding a sleep number bed to lay his ass down next to his skateboard and take 5. Thing about athletes is you always have to protect them from themselves. Always. They never know what's good for them. That's why there's a 57-year-old boxer about to get in the ring with a child, because you can't tell these people to sit their ass down. Darby is about $105. He's about as big as my damn wife, going out there at an Anarchy in Arena match. And I'm sorry that I have empathy and I'm worried about somebody's future that I'd never met before. I'm sorry. I apologize. I am not commending you. I am not celebrating you. I am not giving you props for putting your life on the line for a pay-per-view. I'm not doing it. And I won't do it. Welcome, Chef Justin, to the show, brother.
Yeah, baby. What you cook today?
Jesse said he need that bread. I go, he already got the bread, Jesse. What you mean? He don't get paid by the show. He got that bread. What we talking about? Oh, my Lord.
I just don't like you really gonna go into Double or Nothing, Anarchy in the Arena, your big surprises. Darby Allin. Come on, y'all. That doesn't make anybody move. It doesn't get us going in any type of direction. It doesn't electrify me in the slightest. It puts a damper to my parade, if you will. So I'm tired of that shit. They should have picked somebody better. Like I said, I get Mox is going versus Takeshita, but you could have figured something out to get him in Anarchy in the Arena. Somebody with some semblance of danger, because I get Darby Allin. The only thing dangerous about Darby Allin is what bone he's going to break next.
Just
Simple.
concerned. That's just concerned. That's all. Miguel says, I've always seen the comparison to Jeff Hardy. I don't want
No.
Darby. I don't want Darby depending on anything when he's older either. That's what I'm saying, Miguel. If you can't hear what I'm talking about now, like I'm literally talking about the young man's health. Like for real. Like I know it sounds like I'm messing around, but if you really listen to what I'm saying, I'm legitimately concerned. But if he's not concerned, why should you be concerned? Because like I said, you have to protect athletes from themselves. Athletes never know when to quit. They never know when to stop. They never know when to keep going until they literally are enabled to go. You know what I mean? What's up, Miss Awesome? Little Fettuccine, are the NBA playoffs and Stanley Cups affecting ratings for AEW, or is it just AEW not that entertaining right now? JMC, what do you say to Little Fettuccine's assessment?
It's not. AEW is stagnant, guys, and like I like AEW and want them to succeed. I always try to find the good in AEW and things they are doing well. So it's not even that it's unentertaining. Just sometimes it just doesn't make any sense, and it's not because of the playoffs, guys. The ratings have been dropping since literally the embryonic stages of the program. The highest rated Dynamite of all time is still the first Dynamite of all time, and that is insanity. And it doesn't matter if it could be the NHL playoffs, it could be the Westminster Dog Show. It does not matter what usurps AEW. That might have a random fluctuation, but they are losing hundreds of thousands of viewers and tens of thousands of viewers during the actual broadcast, no matter what. So no, it's the product itself, and it needs addressed.
I appreciate everybody out joining us and joining into the conversation and making this an interesting conversation. I was fortunate enough to talk to Anthony Bowens today. The AEW press fellas hooked it up, and it'll be at the top of the show when I post it. And I say that to say is like when he came on, never really spoke to him, never really met him virtually, and kind of had a different kind of thought process when I talked to him. I wanted to ask whatever all the stuff that Jay just said, right? I wanted to get into that from a certain perspective, but I actually also wanted to take the blame for being a person that does it though. Because I don't want to pretend like I have not said certain things about the company. You see what I'm trying to say? So I asked them a question and I kind of was like, what do you say to those people, or me being included, that you guys don't have storylines and you guys just have matches? He legitimately told me, now listen, I love for y'all to get y'all perspective on this. He legitimately said, "Oh, with all due respect, then you're not watching the show properly." And I was like, "Huh?" He goes, "We do have storyline." I was like, "Oh," and I was like, "Damn!" It was just interesting hearing his perspective, and you know what I'm trying to say, right? Because I was like, "Oh, damn, okay." So it kind of forced me to not change my opinion because I ain't never doing that, but hear his thought process on what they think that they are doing. So to people that think that they don't think they have storylines we're wrong. Apparently they believe they do have storylines. They believe they do have things that they build towards. And what say you, Chef? If welcome to the show.
Don't do it too hard. Hey, he came in the fit, daddy. Let me see you. You should have came in the hat, baby.
Well, so this is for the sucker MCs who, you actually got to come with the uniform just to prove that this is actually what I do.
We believe you, baby.
No, it's not that you
I need
don't
my damn food though.
It's for the sucker MCs. They'll be like, "Oh, why is he called the chef? Like, is he really a chef? He ain't never cooking nothing. We ain't never seen nothing." Anyway, I'm with you though as far as they really have storylines. Is that it's real subtle if it is. It and to the point in the chat, I don't think anything about sports on TNT is really affecting the viewership for AEW. It's been on a slow decline anyway, so I don't think that really has hindered much. I mean, the diehards are the ones who are watching AEW. The sports fanatics will make sure they watch their team, or watching to see if certain players are going to keep going in the chase for the championship. So I don't think that's causing AEW to get worse as far as the viewership. It doesn't help, but I don't know if it's making it worse. And other than that, for me as the casual AEW person, I jump in and jump out when there's a legit reason for me to care. But on a week to week basis, I don't ever really have to dip my toe in the water to see what's going on with AEW because it's usually nothing exciting. I mean, just checking in with you guys, I can pretty much figure out what's happening or if they're blowing the Mercedes Moné thing or if they're already messing up what they're doing with Swerve. Like it doesn't take much to figure out that they're still doing what they've been doing.
I figured it out.
Yeah.
Figured it out.
Miss
Here's
Osman
the
says,
problem.
is it, hold on, brother. Miss Osman said, is it embarrassing themselves? Tomorrow Watchmen, no storylines, everything is an exhibition match. Miguel says, no interesting stories, in my opinion. You can miss an episode and won't miss anything. And I agree with every single thing that you guys are all saying, but I thought it was just interesting, his perspective, with me just trying to be as open and honest as possible with what the perception is and what the thoughts are. I don't care about the IWC. I don't give a shit about internet wrestling community. They're not real people to me. I'm talking about people that I'm really next to because I'm in these arenas. I'm next to these people. I'm outside in the crowds. I'm in these lines. I see the fans in these lines. I watch the product. So I listen to the thought processes and I don't even connect it to WWE. I say I'm talking about storylines in the general in the realm of professional wrestling. I do believe there is a set rule of professional wrestling. I know people try to make wrestling something else, but at the end of the day, wrestling is about characters and storylines and making you care about a certain person that you latch onto and have an emotional connection with. You know what I'm saying? Even NFL has storylines. You know what I'm saying? Like even the National Football League has storylines. You know how I know? Because they'll run a package about how so-and-so hasn't beat so-and-so in 4 years.
You know how you know they do a whole schedule release day.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm trying. That's storylines. Oh, snap. It's Cowboys, Eagles again. Yo, it's Green Bay, Chicago again. So even professional sports has storylines. So I'm just saying from brass tacks, to me, I believe that's what you need. Mr. Bowens disagrees with me. He says they do have storylines. That is great. I'm serious. When I'm gonna start doing these damn interviews, I'm gonna start having dialogue. I want to start having conversations. I'm not buttering these cats up no more. I got to talk to them like a certain way because I don't want to waste their time and I don't want them to waste my time as far as this goes. So I like that. I like that discourse. I like that dialogue. I like that he disagrees with me. I even told him that I didn't like Sting and he shit all over me, and I like that too. You know what I mean? So it's proper, but DP said he figured it out, and I don't know what he figured out. So you tell me, brother, what you figured out.
They do have storylines. The problem is it always fucks up before there's a conclusion here. Let me give you an example. Swerve Strickland has the title. What about MJF? Where's Adam Cole fit into this? How does Samoa Joe end up intertwined with those two? It all fell apart at the end. Now I'm got to deal with Swerve Strickland versus Christian Cage because y'all don't want to pick up what y'all started. That's the problem. Am I wrong? Also, if WWE is Shakespeare, then I would consider AEW storyline like Tyler Perry right now. That's what it is. That's the comparison. No disrespect, but it is what it is. It's the truth. And I don't mean any disrespect to them because I enjoy the product, but the problem is that you start a story and then there's no conclusion, and then you bring these individuals in at such a high level. And then you bring them in at this big superstar, and then you have Mercedes Moné, no disrespect, go against Willow. It makes no sense. And then now you're cutting her off at the knees. You bring in Adam Cole, and he keeps getting cut off at the knees. The first big match he has is a draw with Daniel Bryan. Speaking of Daniel Bryan, what big match has he won? Tell me. They always bring these individuals in, and they cut their legs off before they even get started. And then now what do? You got him twiddling in the mid-card. Now you bring in Edge, and he's the supposed rated R superstar, Adam Copeland, but nobody gives a damn about what's going on because he's fumbling around in the mid-card when he's this WWE Hall of Famer superstar, and y'all are trying to keep him away from the main event title. If that's not the main event title, the main event spot, if that's what he wants, then you should say, no, this ain't why we brought you here. We brought you here to elevate the product. We didn't bring you here to tweedle around in the lower of the mid card. You got him with Christian Cage, and then Christian Cage essentially dominates that feud, and then he's going to go, we're going to go put him against Swerve Strickland. Mind you, there hasn't been a conclusion with their biggest superstar while he's hurt. Make that shit make sense. I've been trying to.
Miguel says this is why a lot of us go back to the Attitude Era, because we remember these characters that made us feel something. Again, that's my opinion. Yeah, I don't think the Attitude Era had great characters. I don't know, and they had pretty good stories as well. They did. They had a lot of. They had
spoken. My bad.
We romanticize the Attitude Era because there was a lot of shit in the Attitude Era that we don't like to admit. Lot of shit, lot of dog shit. There was a but mixed into that dog shit was a lot of compelling storylines, a lot of compelling characters, and a lot of compelling content. I do believe the best wrestlers in the world are currently going on right now. I believe the more talented crop are walking the streets in the right now. Whether you agree or you disagree, that's up for debate. What DPJR says, I can understand where he's coming from. Is storyline the end all be all in professional wrestling? For some it is, for some it isn't. And I guess it's just what side of the tracks that you fall on. Where do you fall? Do you want just great matches with no build, with two people that you like? Or do you like a long-term storyline booking where there's an actual history behind it, or you create a history behind it to make it compelling? I know where I fall, and I will never move from that, just from the structure of story, from the structure of performance art, and from the structure of professional wrestling where it started, kind of like more like an opera. I kind of understand that aspect of it more than just putting two guys together, two gals together that just wrestle for a while. Like there's you guys, no matter what happens moving forward, The Rock and Cody will always have a story. You know why? Because they took time to build one. They can have that happen 4 years from now, and you'll have some semblance of emotion because of what he did to him outside by the truck. By the bus. Like you'll always be like, yo, that happened. Or the trilogy between Seth and Cody. They will always have something. These are the things that, because they took time to build a trilogy. They took time to build something. Now, like I said, I know where I fall. That's just me personally. If I heard pushback, oh, they don't need a story. I go, all right, that's fine. That's fine. Jesse Boone says, I want a decent balance. Give me a story that shows a great lineup of events between two characters with an amazing climax. Hashtag
no Diddy.
Little Mrs. Awesome. Laugh Out Loud Shawn Michaels is already on that. Jesse Boone, the final boss. Rocky Earth, what up? The Rock and Cody was fire. That was just my thing off the top of my head as far as stories go. You know what I mean? About caring about, and I'm talking about something they built like quickly. You know what I'm trying to say? Like I can go way deeper and go to stuff that lasted. I can go Kane Undertaker. I can do that, but I didn't want to be cheap. I can go to something super recent that everyone cares about right now. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's unfortunate that I don't get to see Ricky Starks this weekend. It's unfortunate I don't get to see a few other people this weekend. I'm excited to see Timeless Tony Storm. I'm holding out hope to get some kind of appearance from Maxwell Jacob Friedman. I don't, downtime, what it do? I really don't care if he's hurt unless his voice box is gone, unless Ursula pulled up to somewhere where he lives and he made a deal with her.
We confirmed that he was at the company essentially at that presser. We asked that question, and then he started talking about him as if he was in the company for the first time.
I just need him to talk. The whole work that I'm not signed, but I'm signed thing is not smart. Taking your merch off of a website is not smart. This is not smart. This is not smart business. I know MJF thinks he's that guy yet, but he's not done enough work to take his stuff off of a website to earn money for a company. He ain't been in the game that long. That's not a good storyline. What the hell are you doing? The storyline that I'm not there? What? Get your ass back in the ring, man. What the hell is wrong with you? Put the mic in your hand, man. You don't need no damn labrum for that. What the hell is going on?
Get your ass back to work, MJF.
Because the mic, he can be on the mic. He can cut promos from his damn crib. He can cut promos from the comfort of his own home. For all I care. Just do something.
For the longest time, that was his shtick. He wasn't even wrestling. So why in the hell can't he get out there and do it again? If I'm not mistaken, him and Chris Jericho got some type of award or whatever for what they did. I forget what they won, but they got something like something, I forget. But remember what I'm talking about? The little skit that they did.
Yeah. Something like that. Packages, things like that. I'm just saying.
Something like that.
I just think they need all hands on deck. I don't get caught up in numbers and ratings. I don't think anybody really knows what the hell they're talking about. I think they do. I think people are telling them what they think and they go with it. I don't know. Give a shit about key demos. I'm out of the key demo. Who gives a shit? Like we gotta stop getting caught up in what these other podcasts do, because who gives a shit about demos, man? Seriously, and ratings and numbers and all this stuff that don't nobody care about. When I watch wrestling, I click between WCW and WWE, and we talked about it the next day at school about what matches we liked. We didn't say who's doing better. We didn't do that. That was for them to worry about. It's up for them to keep the lights on. It ain't up for us to talk about it. They keep the lights on the way they keep the lights on. We watch the product. That's the rule. When we start getting bogged down in stuff that we have no stake in and to put no money in our pocket, we start doing that's the bastardization of the product. So I don't get caught up in that. What I do get caught up in is when you got talents and you got people in the back, put them on the show. Put them on the show in some capacity. Do something.
Maybe they should take. Go ahead, my bad.
Go ahead.
I was about to say maybe they should take them storylines and put them together. How about that?
I was just about to say it.
Yeah, I like Spicy Ebb with the stash, baby. I love it.
Nasty work.
I love it.
I am sick and tired of people talking about stuff they really don't know anything about. Yeah, Jesse Bull. Yeah, you can hit me with all the stuff. NWO versus Wolfpack, Sting versus NWO, WCW versus WWE was awesome. Yeah, it was, and we didn't even really know how serious it really was when we were kids. We didn't know they was really, really getting. It was stuff going on behind the scenes, man. Will 5 Star hashtag save Ricky Stark. Ricky Starks is fine. When he leaves, he'll be fine. He'll be a hot commodity. He'll be a person that's sought after. He has friends in high places. I am still worried about what would happen if he went to the E.
They just make him the speed champion.
Bullshit. He going to NXT. We done talked about this already.
And I'm gonna be very, very pissed, but he definitely probably will be going to NXT. You know what I mean? And I said, I don't think he needs to be at NXT personally. I just like I didn't think Samoa Joe should have been at NXT. I thought that was malpractice. But they do what they gotta do. I don't know what's gonna happen with absolute Ricky Starks, but I tell you this: his days in AEW are numbered. So it's a wrap. It's a Reynolds rap, man, and it breaks my heart.
He said Reynolds rap.
It's a Reynolds, bro. It breaks my heart, bro. It breaks my heart, but he's done. So, like I said, I'm hoping for a good show. I'm hoping for no injuries. I'm hoping for Darby Allin to I don't know, the weekend at Bernie's 3. That is Darby Allin. I hope he is just fine and he gets to walk out of that place in one piece. And yeah, seriously. Dylan Matthews and Mr. Starks will be at NXT for 6 months minimum. No, I don't want him there for 1 month minimum. I want him to stop at the PC, wrestle for 5 seconds, a cup of coffee, and get his ass to the main roster. With all due respect, they need more viable baby faces. All they got is people walking around wanting to be heel. Need viable baby faces. Absolute Ricky Starks is that dude.
U.S. title written all over him, baby.
I think he's better. I think he's better than a lot of people. I think he's better than a lot of professional wrestlers. I think he wrestles just good enough. I think he's great on the microphone. I think he's a hot commodity. He's Disney black, which is always a good thing. It's always good to be Disney black. I was born black. He was born Disney black. Ain't nothing wrong with that. DP's like, I actually know what you're talking about. See, how's everybody know what I mean when I say that? That's how you know. DP's like, I benefited off this. I go, you damn
no
right.
No lies being told, baby. Look,
the chef has gotten many a job for being Disney black.
I am Disney black. The epitome. You put me anywhere in this earth.
And don't get it twisted. I ain't hating on Disney black. That's where The Rock is. That's why he getting booked a lot. He Disney black. Ain't nothing wrong with being Disney black.
To be Disney black. What you mean?
Shout out to Disney black.
Shout out Pat Mahomes. He Disney black too.
Yeah, seriously. He's like, yo, bro. They're like, you damn right he the face of the league. Shit.
Don't look like that, Chef. Don't you ever look like that when I'm speaking that gospel, baby.
Listen. Dylan, if and when Cody turns heel and creates a stable, you know he's the first one in there. Oh my God, heel and stable.
I gave him the blueprint last week. That it tuned in.
Heel and stable, Ozzy.
That shit.
Heel and stable.
I'm trying to tell y'all. Anakin,
yo, Polar Nice, what up? As a barber, I love this. It is the perfect
Cody's face.
Beard growth.
Put Cody's face on Anakin Skywalker when he got that lightsaber versus them
You
kids.
think he got
Fuck
Anakin?
them
You think he
kids.
got Anakin energy?
Woo! Man, then Tribal Chief comes back and saves the world. Oh man.
Hold on, my young Padawan. Hold on for a second. Wait. Did you just say Cody could tap into Darth?
Oh no, I said young Anakin.
That's Darth!
He's evil. Hey, but at the end of the day, it's an analogy. It's the essentially fuck them kids, Michael Jordan, the gift. It's it's the perfect thing because the kids worship the dude. And if he turns heel, that would be the exact replica of what would happen to all these kids if they seen Cody Rhodes turn heel. That's him. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what would happen. And then everybody's heart would break. He'd be the biggest heel in the business. But they need to make sure they wait. Man, Tribal Chief might not even come back, so therefore it might be null and void.
It's contingent upon the chief. But hold on for a second. See, we got to nip this one in the bud too, Miss Awesome. Cody is not Homelander. He doesn't have the chops. Do y'all watch The Boys? We got to stop calling him that because he's dressed like him. We got to stop. Homelander is a wrecking ball. Homelander is a nuke. We got to. Cody could, if he gets an eighth of the energy of Homelander, we're on to something. I'm sick and tired of everybody calling it do Homelander because he walks around dressed like Homelander. Homelander is a monster. Are you kidding me? This dude is a monster.
I think he's got it in him.
I don't either.
No, I do think he's got
it. You
do? I do.
I do too. His name, look, for these sucker MCs, his name, is this a babyface name? The American Nightmare.
No, guys. No, you think I'm arguing what you're saying. I didn't make the name. He calls himself that as a babyface.
Maybe he's trying to pull the okie doke, bring everybody to the top, and then take the wool out from underneath them. I'm just saying.
Cody Rhodes is trying to win the title for his late great father, my top 10 of all time, Dusty Rhodes. He accomplished that. He did that. Whatever he does now to me is what they call house money. So I don't really care what he does after that. He did something that a lot of people dreamed of doing. He did what he said he was going to do. Unfortunately, his father wasn't able to see it. No matter what you believe in, he has seen it. So it's no matter what is whatever he does, whether he goes heel, whether he makes a faction, whether he brings Ricky Starks in. I'm cool with everything. After Cody won the title, I'm good.
Bro, it could be subtle. It could be so subtle as he thinks he's higher and better than everyone.
Why not?
Everyone is beneath him. Like, it could just be the simplest little twinge of I'm full of myself, and that's all he needs. Like, it doesn't have to be over the top, right? Like, it doesn't need to be a full he could still keep the same costume on. It could just be a small little attitude change, just a little bit.
I agree with what you're saying. I don't know. Homelander's Homelander's a wild boy, man. There's a lot of subtlety, a lot of rage.
It's the hair.
Y'all looking at the aesthetics. I'm looking at the internal. I don't know if he got that kind of rage in him, but that's just my personal opinion.
I think he does.
He ain't never done it.
Hey, do you remember during Black History Month when he hit that dude with the chair? He got it.
He got it. Yeah, he threw this shit
happened
hard
to be
too.
February. He ain't trying to hit. Listen, his damn baby black as DPJR. So that's neither here nor there. Shout out to his lovely baby.
Shout out Libby.
Yeah, she's so cute. And but listen, unbeknownst to me, it was a miracle. I didn't know miracles could still happen. I thought it only happened on 34th Street. I thought they could only happen in Minneapolis, Minnesota. But I did not know there was so many miracles that could happen that Gunther somehow he somehow beat the greatest wrestler in the world. How did Gunther find a way to dispatch the greatest wrestling superstar since Stone Cold Steve Austin? How did he do it, guys? Because Gunther was an underdog. Y'all know that, right? Because of t-shirts and merch sales and a word and lights bouncing around and camera angles with a steady cam. It is a miracle that Gunther found a way to win. But he did. He is in the finals of the King of the Ring somehow, some way. JMC, were you shocked? Were you in awe? Were you baffled?
Well, I know that the company places so much emphasis on exactly what you just said, and if if you're moving merch and you sell a couple T-shirts and you got a catchphrase and you got a cool entrance and everybody's interactive, I know that sometimes that's all that matters. But I think all of us kind of predicted that Gunther would get there, but it is tough to stall someone's momentum. But we need to stop the narrative that just because somebody loses a match that they're buried. Like, there's a way to, like, Gunther left one-on-one, left to his druthers, should destroy Jey Uso, and he still looked formidable. It could have gone either way. It was a decent matchup, one of Jay's best in a while. If we're being honest, guys, if we're being honest, Jey Uso has left a little bit to be desired in the ring as a singles competitor, but I know no one cares about that. But I understand where you're coming from, Evan, and it is wild to think Jey Uso he has the appearance and he's checking the boxes that he's popular because he is an interactive guy. He's got a lot of high energy. I don't think he's as over as people think, and I know that he's selling shirts and it's a brilliant marketing thing, but I don't know that he's actually responsible for putting any butts in seats. I don't know anyone that's coming to see Jey Uso wrestle as a singles wrestler. And again, greatest tag team of all time by a large margin. Maybe that's okay. Just it doesn't mean you have to acclimate to the singles scene. And I don't dislike Jey Uso. I dislike the watered down version that Yeet is more over than he is. For example, the Yes movement was more over than Daniel Bryan. People at basketball games chant yes. People still chant yes. If it's not associated with the person that is supposed to get over, then it really isn't doing anything for the business. It is because it's selling T-shirts, but it's a short-term law of diminishing returns. So again, I don't want to shit on it if it makes people happy to go like this and yell Yeet. But the only person I really want to hear say Yeet is Chef. Other than that, I'm content. I don't need to hear anybody.
That's my only rule. That's my only rule. I don't give a damn.
May I go next?
Please.
So I'm gonna defend my boy Yeats Christ.
Oh, I can't wait for this.
I agree with what you said, JMC. Greatest tag team ever. I continue to say, and there's a few of these guys. I don't know when you're gonna put a title on him and when it's gonna look legitimate. Maybe they're doing the Sami Zayn formula. Maybe it's like the super long game of he's gotten close, and eventually Sami did win, right? He did get a WrestleMania moment where he became champion after he had the whole thing with the bloodline and trying to beat Roman, and he lost in his hometown. I don't know if Jey Uso's got to lose in his home, and he's got to lose in the Bay before he wins, but I guess for us, like the four of us, we know more than the average fan, if you will. So it's like I think it works for what they're trying to get out of him, and he's, like I said, he's got the charisma, he's talented, yes, I get it, guys. I like the song. I've always liked that entrance, and I think they were smart to keep him with that entrance, with the entrance music, and they changed it for just him. Like you said, moveset, we need a reset on that. The gear is dope. The entrance is dope. It's become mainstream among, even people here know about that entrance. They know about Yeet. In my restaurant, people are yelling Yeet, and other people respond. So I don't know, maybe it's just in a small segment of people, but
it's because of you, baby.
Well, probably, most likely. I do, engage in the yeeting, and eventually people will catch on. But as far as him, I guess I don't want to call him mid card, but they really are pushing him as if he's not a mid card guy.
DP, what say you?
Whew. What do I say? What I do say is there is one thing he's doing. He's moving merch, he's main eventing, and he's getting over. And if you do that on this show, you got to give you love.
How can I
But-
argue with the tagline? He's doing the 3 things that I say you need to
But
say. You
here's the
cannot be a
problem.
you can't be a hypocrite. That is literally what I say. Main event, move, immersion, getting over. He's doing all 3 based on DP, based on what I say. I can't be mad at what he's doing at all. I can't.
But is he collateral damage of missing the tribal chief?
Unfortunately,
maybe
yes.
that's the reason he's getting so much love, because he was the one, mind you, he was the one that beat Roman Reigns before Cody Rhodes beat him. Not for the title, but he pinned him. He was the first one to pin him since 2019 when Baron Corbin pinned him. That's something. But with Jey Uso, to Jesse, my big brother's point, bro, you're swagger jacking the spear from Roman Reigns, bro. Like, bro, you can't be Dollar General Roro. You can't be Dollar General Roro. It ain't gonna get over.
Dollar General Roman.
Yeah. It's. I mean, what titles is he winning, buddy?
There's a lot of great products at Dollar
nasty.
General. You will not slander Dollar General on this.
Yeah, first and foremost,
did I tell a lie?
I get a whole bunch of great things at the Dollar General. You know.
So you saying Jey Uso ain't great? I ain't say that.
You can't. No. You can't call him Dollar General in the context and then say he's great at the same time.
Why is he doing the spear? Just telling me.
I'm playing devil's advocate. I ain't got nothing for. I ain't got nothing for that.
I mean, Jesus Christ himself shout out my man Chef. What he called him. That ain't what I called him. That's what he called him. But
sacrilege.
He doesn't win the big match, bro. You're belting him.
If Roman is God, he's paying tribute. Jesus Christ is paying tribute.
Day one.
Me honoring God. If
Day
God
one, it's just me, Oos. Day one. But after that, he gets his ass whooped by everybody. When something big is on the line. And if you lose every single big match as a single wrestler, you're gonna eventually lose the people who follow you, because then they're not gonna believe you at all. Ask Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler was a fan favorite. He even won the world title. But if you ask me, I didn't like his finisher. That was a part of it. Then he never won the big match after that. He always lost. So if Jey Uso is going to continue to lose every single world championship match, every single intercontinental championship match, every single United States championship match, he hasn't won a singles title. He's a tag team wrestler just branching out. So you can't confuse the two. You got to understand he's one of the 2 best tag team wrestlers that ever graced this earth, but yet you have to figure it out how to convince Paul Levesque to have you win a big match for a title.
Yeah. Listen, they had a match. He had his moment. The moment was gone. He lost to Roman Reigns. I don't think he'll ever get back there. I do believe they're selling people a bill of goods and making people think he'll get back there, but he won't get back there. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. What I'm always trying to say with him is it has nothing to do with him. It has to do, I'm always about fans. I'm about fans that clamor for stuff. And if they give him that title, how will they respond? How will they react? Fans used to talk about how they wanted Liv. Liv won the title. They didn't support her. They didn't push her. They didn't move that merch. They didn't buy that merch. But everyone talked about they want to have Liv to have the title. When it comes to Jey, my only thing with Jey is it's not him. I think people want moments. I think they want moments. And I think wanting a moment is not necessarily the right call for someone to get a world championship. I personally think he is great where he's at. I think he's great where he's at. I personally like them as a tag team. I'm waiting for this bloodline bullshit to get over with so these guys can get back in the tag team and do what they do best.
Could he hold the briefcase?
I'm fine with that. That's what I love about the briefcase, because the briefcase is the ultimate equalizer. It's the ultimate device where you can have one moment of greatness and win the title. I'm fine with him winning the title. I'm worried about what happens after he wins the title. I always have to think about what happens after, because that's what you do. People already, a couple of fellas on the chat already questioning, damn, is Cody Rhodes getting stale already? And I know why. Because of the after. the after. Jay can win the title tomorrow. What am I gonna do? Come in here and get mad? He ain't Tama Tonga. I don't mince words. I don't give a shit about that guy. But Jay, I've been watching him for a long time. I wouldn't get mad. I'd be like, oh, good for him.
They put the world title on Damian Priest. Why wouldn't they put it on Jey Uso? He was a bigger star at that point in time. So if you're going to put it on Damian Priest, although, yes, he is the money in the bank and he has that prop to get him to that point. But even still, again, it's still a pencil behind everything. FYI, just those that didn't know. So just be creative and have him get the title. Because if you ask me, he'd have been a little bit more entertaining than Damian Priest. It's not about what I think. They don't think that he's ready to win
exactly
the big title.
It ain't about us. We telling you for a fact what they think. And
That's
I don't care
all.
what they say.
I love Jey Uso.
So why? But prove us wrong. Prove us
Paul
wrong.
Levesque think he Dollar General Row. I don't. Paul Levesque does.
Prove us wrong. If we're wrong about what y'all think, put the title on him. Put it on him.
That's all I'm saying.
Put it on him, man. Because I'll just come back on the show on Tuesday and be like, oh, good shit. But y'all behind the scenes being like, oh man, how should we like what should we do? Like, for example, you know how much I love Kofi Kingston? When they put that title on Kofi, everyone was like, okay. All right. Everyone, it was the moment. It was the Kofi Mania moment. It was, man. And it was the great moment. I was there live. Random black dude hugged me. I ain't never met before in my life. That's what moments are about. So don't get it. That's why I say don't get it twisted, y'all. I'm in I'm at these shows. I'm here with the real people. I'm amongst the real people, not the people with their little keyboard hands. I'm with the real people that dapping me up and hugging me because they looked at me in my eyes and looking for the first chocolate person they could find because of that moment.
Not Disney Black.
But after that moment, I was like, how are we going to book Kofi now? How are we going to book him? The New Day, they've sworn that they don't want to go against each other. So that kind of ruined a part of a storyline that could have been. That could have been a heel turn for somebody, a Big E, Xavier, but they want to do that. So you start thinking about these avenues and these options for Kofi Kingston. Where were they? What were they? And they ultimately had him get squashed by Brock Lesnar. Everyone booed for 5 minutes, and then they cheered Brock Lesnar after the next 10 minutes. So it's one of those things where I'm like, you guys just show me, man. Give him the title, man. Show me.
If they could have look, they gave Sami Zayn the Intercontinental title when they could have gave it to Jey Uso. And Jey Uso could have been out.
That's all you need to know.
Crowd rowdy, and then you could have had the Jey Uso Intercontinental Open Challenge. Oops. Chef, hit him with that 4 letters for me. Yeet, there you go. You was a little late. You was a little late. I hit him with him like couldn't count, baby. Anyway, that's what they could have did. They could have did that, but instead they put the title on Sami Zayn. Now we're Chad Gable versus Sami Zayn. Let's get excited about that. Nobody gives a damn. Who cares?
Apparently people do, but you're right. That title the Intercontinental title, Jey Uso is he is perfectly built for it. Perfectly built for the Intercontinental Championship. Perfect person to dethrone Gunther. The perfect person to dethrone the Ring General, but it wasn't to be. So like I said, until y'all do it, I will remain skeptical. Gunther moves on. It's top 5 versus that scrub Tama Tonga. I'm going to err on the side of caution because I am a hater. And I'll say it's going to be Gunther versus Randy Orton for the King of the Ring in Saudi Arabia. Why? Because that makes more sense. That's why. There's an all-time great versus an all-time great. Not a guy that's been here for a cup of coffee, but that's just me. But what say you, Chef? Is it going to be Randy Orton? Is it a Mighty Mississippi? Or is Tama Tonga going to get this with tomfoolery, witchcraft, and wizardry?
No, it's Randy Orton. That's a big fight match, having Gunther versus Randy. It's something we haven't seen. 2 giant men bumping meat in the middle of the ring. Pause. It's going to be a hell of a match. Randy is going to have to fight through the bloodline on Friday, but in the end, there's no logical reason for it not to be him. He's going to overcome stuff. KO's probably going to come out and help him. Whoever else has been messing with the bloodline recently, so most likely KO is going to help him secure this win, and that'll be that.
What say you, Jay?
I agree. I actually think I was trepidatious and I was worried that they were going to pull the trigger, but I do believe that Randy Orton ultimately wins because Saudi Arabia needs name value on the card to appease their prince or their king or whoever. Also, that's going to be a quality match, and that's not one I would actually want to see. I imagine that Gunther wins, but Randy is at the point in his career, he's bulletproof. He can lose, which the only cause to pause that gives me is that Randy Orton would probably put Tama Tonga over and not have a problem with it. That's my problem. Because when you get to Saudi Arabia, is there one person in that audience that wants to see Tonga against Gunther? Is there anybody that wants to see it? Even if they feel a little bit better about Tama Tonga than you do, Evan, that is not a marquee matchup at all. So Randy Orton's in a special place. He's reached legendary status while he's still here, and we can appreciate him. So let's do that. He looks better than ever. He's moving great. He's one or two major injuries in his whole career. He works smart. He looks amazing. He looks like he's having fun and enjoying it and appreciating his position, which he has earned. I wouldn't even be mad if Randy Orton won the King of the Ring because I still don't know what the King of the Ring means. What do they bestow upon you? Is it a title shot? They initially said that and they retracted it. It's Gunther's time. But Randy Orton is literally a Swiss Army knife. You can put him in any position right now. Put him in the main event. If you don't have anything else on the horizon, he'll get you a number. He'll give you a quality match. And he'll get you a good program. Put him in the undercard. It feels like a big deal. Let him win a match and go over somebody. You can make sense out of it. RKO out of nowhere. It doesn't bury the guy. Or you can have him lose to pretty much anybody, and his legacy is not tarnished. He's done too much for too long. He's a special guy, and I hope he gets his flowers sooner than later. But yeah, he's a living legend for sure. But I don't see anybody other than Gunther coming out on top, and Randy Orton versus Gunther is a main event marquee matchup. So nothing else makes sense, guys. Let's not go nuts.
And that's always my issue. You guys know when I'm talking about homeboy, it's because I don't think he got it. If he has it and he can prove it, and then I'll come on here and say, whoopsie daisy, he got it. We're not going to turn this thing into something that it's not. I know I make fun and I mess around, but when I don't think somebody got it and they're getting pushed, I will attack. I will attack mercilessly.
Why should you say they had got it if they don't? And you're honest.
And that's what people try to do. What are you hating for? I don't think he got it. What the?
There's more evidence to your point right now than to the contrary by a lot.
And that's the thing. Stop acting like I'm on the wrong side of history. Until he proves me wrong, I'm not. So I'm going to stay on the side where what the hell is he doing? You making sounds like Beavis and Butthead ain't getting you over to me, not to Evan Mack. I don't give a shit what anyone else says. That's why I have 4 people on here. I say what I say. The fellas are more than welcome to disagree. People are more than welcome to disagree. If I don't think he's good, I'm going to say he's not good. This dude ain't paying bills here. If I think he sucks, he sucks. If I think he should go over on Randy Orton, you're out of your fucking mind. Are you kidding me? Randy Orton Gunther is a damn WrestleMania main event. As a WrestleMania main event, I don't give a shit about this bullshit bloodline. This ain't the bloodline until Joseph Anoa'i comes back. Point blank, period. What are we talking about here? What are we doing? Gunther gains more by winning the King of the Ring. It keeps him away from the title. It keeps him busy doing something else. He can walk around saying he's the king until it's time to give him the title, because trust me, Damian Priest is done. And he's going to lose to Gunther. Period, point blank. Whoever has that title on Raw will be served up to the ring getter out. It's done, guys. It was done the second he was in UK. It was done the second his mama decided to have him in Austria. It was over. That man is anointed. That man has it. That man has all the joie de vivre, the je ne sais quoi, or whatever, the it factor, the swag, whatever you want to talk about, he got it. And I'll be damned if I'm going to watch this dude in Saudi Arabia against some sucker MC. I'll be damned. I will skip that match. God is my witness. I will ask the fellas for a play-by-play. I won't watch a droplet. Ain't no way in hell I'm watching that. No chance that's what you got. How about it? DPJR, what say you?
Man, I went on a roller coaster that first one, boy. You had me scared for a minute, boy. He was like, I will attack Mercy. This boy, like Kobe Bryant, when he smells blood on the court, because he knows what he knows. And hey, there's a reason the Fed went and got his ass. You know what I'm saying? But
bro, I'm listening on a real note, for real, bro. All he has to do is show me. Just show
that's
me.
it. But nobody agrees with him. Whatever. There's no way on God's green earth, especially after Jey Uso lost. There's no reason he should beat Randy Orton. None whatsoever. There's nothing anybody can tell me. There's nothing anybody that can tell me. There's nothing anybody that can move me to think that son of a bitch has a chance to beat my brethren from my crib, mighty Mississippi. Hashtag the moving Missouri. Hashtag the hella strong Merrimack. We got 3 rivers around this bitch. That motherfucker flexing around here at top 5 in this vote.
Sidebar. I was pissed when I coined that. I called him that like live. I tried it out for the first time and I was pissed because I forgot exactly when I called him that the Missouri River is a longer river than Mississippi. I was kind of pissed because I was like, damn, it was right there. I messed it. I'm like, damn it, his river is actually the right river. Like, but go ahead, man. Damn, I'll never forgive myself for that. I'm like, oh, the Missouri River, it's longer.
hey, but even better, you coined them top 5 first. And you were right. Hey, it's a hell of a feeling when you right and first before everybody else, but can't anybody say you wrong?
He's cold,
man.
Bro.
He's cold. There's no way. And I'm like you, bro. I'll skip out, bro. Y'all, JMC and Chef can have that conversation. I have no fucking word for if that young man beats Randy Orton. He's not even young. He's a little bit younger than Randy Orton. His old ass, if he beats Randy Orton, there's no way on God's green earth he should be in that match, and especially in the ring with fucking Gunther. That guy, him, H-I-M. I'm sorry, Melo. I know that's your gimmick, but you're not that. He's not perfect, but he's damn close. Woo-wee! Trying to tell you, he's a monster. He's what every heel wishes that they were. Anybody born from another country, listen to how he speaks. This ain't even his first language. And he's out here smashing people in promos. He gave The Miz his ass, and that's what The Miz does. And this ain't even his language. That ain't even what he does, y'all. What he does is something sacred in that ring. And when he goes to work, it's like the greatest artist of brutality you have ever seen. The reason people are were so excited about Jey Uso's performance is because he can take an ass whooping, and guess who can give one? he can give an ass whooping better than anybody in the WWE right now.
He's awesome, bro.
And that's what separates him. He's it. There's not a weakness in his game. His one weakness was weight.
Yep.
That's not even a weakness anymore.
And he beat that.
Nothing any more that you can say about that young man. He's fly.
Listen,
he's articulate.
We're cutting the promo right now on the great Gunther. And like I said, guys, you know how I feel. I do believe WWE will stick to the protocol, heel versus face. That's what they do. So I'm not really that concerned. Things are shaping up to be exactly what I think they're supposed to be. Randy is a babyface right now. Gunther is a heel right now, unless they really just want to push Tama Tonga and have just a match where it's like with heels, but like I said, they really don't believe in that philosophy. They truly believe in the basis and the premise of antagonist and protagonist. Like I said, guys, there are rules to wrestling. I know people don't think there are rules, but there are rules. Antagonist, protagonist, who you root for, who you cheer for, anti-heroes, kind of like Stone Cold Steve Austin will slip through the cracks every now and again. But typically, unless you just get legend versus legend, unless you get match first career or career versus title, things like that. But typically WWE, they stick with the protocol, heel versus face, which I love because you have a rooting interest one or the other. That's why I do believe it will be the Ring General versus top 5 Randy Orton. But that leads me to the women. And I don't know who said it on the chat. I don't know if we all said it on the show, but we kind of were figuring out a way that Miss Jade would have to lose, right? We were figuring out that it's
Either or.
Naya's time, I believe we
Yes.
thought. And I think we're all in agreement for sure. This is Naya's to lose.
Yes.
I think finally she's going to get a moment, a real moment where she's to be the queen of the ring. It gives her so much material. We'll never be able to take that away from her. She'll be able to increase her promo credibility by always saying that, going through a tournament of the best and brightest with legends, with new up and comers. And Chef would say you believe this is Naya's to lose, right? And there's like no way they'll give it to Bianca, right? Am I tripping?
Yeah, my only problem is if they rush to cause friction in the tag team. Bianca is quote unquote hurt. Jade lost her cool and got disqualified or whatever. And I would hate to see Jade also cost Bianca the chance, because not that Nia can't win clean, but I think it's going to roll over from what bubbled over last week into this match. So, yes, I do still think it's Nia's to win, but I hope they don't do it in a way where it's already going to cause turmoil within the tag team champs.
Sidebar, Miss Awesome said, you don't think Drew is going to get the title back from Damian? Listen, Miss Awesome, I think when Phil got hurt, when CM Punk got hurt, it derailed everything. He was gonna walk out of WrestleMania with the title. There was zero, and I mean zero doubt that he was gonna do that. He would be champion right now, and then him and Drew might have a feud that gets settled, and then Gunther comes on and takes on a CM Punk, beats CM Punk. Because injuries are some of the craziest equalizers in all of sports. That got derailed. They moved up the timeline on Damian Priest for the cash in, and here we are. But I ultimately think no matter who has the title and whatever they decide to pull the trigger on Gunther, he's winning the title, no matter what. The first time Gunther goes for the title, he will win the title. There will be zero doubt. Zero doubt. It's all about CM Punk's health. It is. As much as I want Drew McIntyre to win the title, I'm worried that he doesn't win against CM Punk. I'm worried he never beats him once. Seriously, I'm worried. I'm not saying that's true, but I'm just so nervous about how they're booking certain things against him. You know what I mean? So, but I hope I'm wrong. I hope Drew McIntyre gets the title. I hope him and CM Punk have like a trilogy, a all-time great trilogy, and may the best man win. But DP, what say you when it comes to the Queen of the Ring? Nia Jax to lose, or do you see something else happening with the young Valkyria?
It has to be Nia Jax to lose. I mean, it does nothing to benefit Bianca Belair. If Bianca Belair wins this, then there literally was no point of this tournament. What was the point of this tournament? This is tailor-made for Nia Jax. Queen Nia, the most dominant female in this ring. A sidebar real quick. Hey, all y'all ladies, y'all hear them footsteps? Because Charlotte Flair's on the way. She's right there. She's
Daisy.
right there.
I was like, was he talking to somebody in the crib?
That was Charlotte Flair. I heard her.
I thought you were talking to your family.
Absolutely not. I was talking to Charlotte Flair.
Anything is possible when he's on the microphone.
It's true. It's true. That went over my head, man. Anything's on the table.
So, Queen Nia. It's just perfect, isn't it? I mean, Queen Bianca. Queen Nia. Let's go. Why else would she even be in this tournament? It is tailor-made for her, chat. Perfect. WWE. I know y'all tap in on this chat. I see what y'all did. Y'all better be listening. The last segment we told y'all ass better not have no goddamn Tama Tonga beat no Randy Orton. But I digress. Look, Nia Jax. Let's go.
Naya, let's get
we
it.
rapping for your ass on this show.
We've
Let's
been
go.
pushing for Nia for something for a while. It was in Australia for the title. It was in Mania for a title. And here we are, Queen of the Ring. Queen Nia has a great ring to it. Print it on a shirt, put it on the board, bumper sticker, put it on the billboard. Do what you got to do. Let this young lady come back and have this amazing resurgence from being released to getting to Queen of the Ring. What a hell of an achievement that would be on a serious note. Samoa Watchman, she would be the best queen yet. She would say every show till next year. Exactly right. Samoa Watchman, she'd be relentless. She'd get on that microphone and you would never be able to tell anybody in the world that she's not the queen. Even when Charlotte comes back, she'll be like, yo, I'm the real queen. You ain't, you know what I mean? It all writes itself. And it would be an amazing thing to see. But with that being said, yo, DP, do you got a night at the opera? Or am I tripping right now?
Man,
You got one?
I got
Oh,
a night at the
Lord, take a sip too.
opera.
Oh, Jesus.
I got a night at the opera. You know, ain't no shade. I just want to give a few flowers to Top 5, Mighty Mississippi, the Fury in Missouri. That man, it runs deep, and he's full of greatness. And we're lucky to be able to say we were born in the same city as that young man. He is spectacular. With that neck fusion, he hasn't looked like he's lost the beat. One iota, and the elevation of girth, pause, muscle, the thickness, pause, he's doing everything that needs to be done to evolve later on in his career. And it's funny that right now we don't have Brock Lesnar, but Randy Orton almost evolved into his final form as Brock Lesnar, just in Randy Orton's body. And his moveset hasn't suffered. It's not like he's stiff. He still is fluid in those like that RKO he hit with oh my God. It's just perfect. And the reason why I did pick him to go to the finals is personally, I thought Melo benefited out of everybody. And I was hoping that he got the shot because like Nia would benefit out of all the other females in there. Women, I should say, excuse me. It is what it is. But just quick, I just want to give a little bit of shout out to Randy Orton, give him his flowers. I gave Kevin Orton his flowers. I gave DM Hunk his flowers. I asked, did y'all miss Roman Reigns? I know y'all motherfuckers do. But Randy Orton, you're spectacular, sir. If you ended up winning King of the Ring, I wouldn't be mad because King Orton has a hell of a ring to it, and it would add to the already spectacular resume that you have that is only surpassed by one individual, and that is John Cena. And that is it. Other than that, brother, you are it. You have everything. And I just wanted to take the time out of this show, out of my segment, just say I love you and give you some flowers. And that's my night at the opera.
Well said, and I like your perception. I think we all have this are in agreement with how we view the King of the Ring and the Queen of the Ring. We view, like, just like you said, who benefits the most from it, not necessarily what we want to see. You know what I mean? And I think we all are in agreement. If it would have been Melo Hayes, we wouldn't have been mad. We'd have been like, oh, he definitely benefits from this. And I do believe that to me was always great. Is Austin without that promo at the end? I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
It was the busted lip too, because because when he was cutting that promo, you could see the blood dripping from his lip, and it made him a badass. In '96, you didn't even see blood like that.
You're
it's
right,
just
bro.
A legend.
He's right. You're right, and I think these are the moments. I do believe that it would, like I said, it wouldn't have been a bad thing for Melo to win. It's not going to be a bad thing if Gunther wins. It's just gonna put them in a different upper echelon. If Randy Orton ends up winning it, just like you said, okay, that's fine. We're not gonna get mad, but he doesn't need it. He's in legend mode. He's in all-time great mode. Losses don't affect him mode. He's in he's in thanks for still being here mode, and it's just amazing to see because you don't know how the body's going to react to a major surgery with the neck and a major surgery with the back. Those two injuries are always so scary and so detrimental, and no one usually bounces back. So whatever the hell his rehab was, whoever the hell did his surgery, whatever secret serum he's taken, whatever Steve Rogers stuff he's sipping on, listen, send me some to the crib real quick because I'm turning 40 in a couple of days. So listen, With that being said, before we wrap this thing up, is there a recipe for the man that's actually wearing a chef outfit? Is there
If he'd have pulled out a butcher knife, boy,
Yeah.
I'd have said, Chef, woo, you too bad for this show, baby. Let's go.
I mean, it's right over there. It's
Go
right
grab him.
So
start stopping these bitches.
honestly, my recipe has to do with the women's championship match. And I see the vision, and y'all been hating on my girl Liv. Everybody booed her when she was the champ. I'm ready. Not you,
No.
y'all. I'm talking
Okay.
about the WWE universe.
I apologize.
Yes, just ease up. So my recipe is for her to continue on this path of being, a cheating. I won't even. Well, that's kind of where I'm going. She's kind of been taking cheap shots at people, making somebody look the other way and then smacking them or whatever and running up on people. So who else kind of does these dirty, deceiving, conniving things? Somebody who has a mustache, not quite like Evan Max. Somebody who's got, a hairstyle that we all hate, and he's wearing probably an expensive, designer line of cowboy print, whatever. I think Dirty Dom is going to cost Becky Lynch the title on Saturday.
Oh, I like this.
I
like this.
They had Liv and Finn coming out the same car in the background. I see the vision.
I like this. I hope it happens. I hope that's what they've been doing. I hope they've been laying the
Chef.
groundwork. I know. No, listen. No,
That was great.
This is spicy. This is a spicy meat to boil. You know what I mean? Like if
Spicy ass says it's a spicy meat to boil with the spicy stash.
If he calls this, if this happens, it'll be one of the best calls ever. If he's in the mind of these writers, then it's because it's close to the weekend. So I would say it's equal credit instead of I'm stealing. If he's in the mind of these writers and that's what happens, and they have perfectly and subtly laid the groundwork for a great moment. And I'm telling you, if Liv wins that title,
she gonna come out to Eddie Guerrero's music, Lie, Cheat, and Steal.
Oh, bro, it'll be beautiful. It'll be great to see what she can do in this moment in her career, this moment as her character develops. And I'm all for it. And Samoa Watchman, is there a veto for that mullet comment?
Nope.
No.
I acknowledge my Samoa Watchman, but nope.
Hell of a recipe. Hell of a night at the opera. Special thanks to Mr. Bowens for pulling up on the podcast and kind of giving me the business about Sting. Oh, he gave me the business about Sting, bro. So he almost cut the show off. I was like, oh Lord. But
kind of like when you was on my ass, pause about putting Shawn Michaels in 9.
You gotta hear. You'll hear it. He was nice, but I know he was like, what the hell? But I didn't say he was trash. Oh,
Sting didn't even make line list. I just don't slander the boy. You know what I mean?
I don't listen. You'll hear. It's a nice 20-minute conversation, brother. It was dope, and I do appreciate him taking the time and giving me perspective and trying to give people perspective on AEW and what we could be missing. How about that? But as per usual, the chat, y'all are engaging as always, and I appreciate y'all, gentlemen, as always. I appreciate y'all for joining me on the show. It's a labor of love, and I really do appreciate y'all for joining and giving y'all's opinions. But that's it for us, y'all. Listen, enjoy all the show. There's a whole bunch of wrestling this weekend. If you go and buy the $90 pay-per-view for 90 matches, do that. AEW coming up.
Damn, they added 30 matches? Damn.
Yeah. Went from 60 to 90. Yeah. In one fell swoop. I just got the alert. Y'all do that, but y'all enjoy. Listen, just enjoy wrestling. How about that?
They re-debuting Lucha Underground on that mug?
Yes. Hey, yo, Ricky, do me a favor. Just pull up.
Man,
Absolute.
Can we get Ricky on the pod?
Oh, let me. I'll run it. I'll run it. I'm not joking. As soon as I get off here, I'll send a message to homeboy.
Send a message. Hey, he already know I'm a big fan.
It's all about the only thing about it is y'all just have to figure with y'all schedule. Y'all just gotta let me know because I know
You
y'all
just
do
gotta let
dates
me know
late.
when you're free.
No, but they always do this. It's not me. It's always
Or when
always
they are
daytime.
free.
It's
I
always
can figure
daytime
it
stuff.
out.
So I wish somebody would pull up when we do the show live so we can just put them on live. But it's always daytime. So I'll send a word and then I'll try to see what time might work for y'all, man. Because I love y'all all to be on the show. You know
It'd
what I'm
be
saying?
dope if we were doing the show and all of a sudden Phil a busted glass pulls up and then we we let his ass have it.
See, the thing
We can
about
let
it
him
is,
have it.
I would love to have like a real conversation with old filibuster, but I think it would take a dark turn. That's all.
It would take a real dark turn. He'd be like, are you
Look at his chest
DPJR?
face.
I'd be like, yeah, bro. Yeah, I'm bigger in person. That's what I would tell him.
Filibuster. But I just take one of them precious moments, dog. Just crumble it. I'm like, this is you. But this show is over, man. I swear.
Minnesota or Dallas? Who you got?
I got Minnesota winning it all now.
Ooh.
Damn it.
Regardless of Porzingis?
The East is not winning this.
No, it's just listen. And I'm gonna keep it real. This is way past hindsight. I didn't watch regular season because when I play ball, I was a defensive guy. I wasn't a scorer.
Defense was championship.
So defense was everything to me. I prided myself on defense. When I tell you that's the best team defense I've seen in a long time. And I don't want to get too nerdy, but the way they stay attached, the way they rotate, the way they close out hard closeouts. The way they rotate with the pick and roll, which they rotate on when the man is ball side, right? When the ball's over there, the men are rotating over ball side, and then when they swing it back, they're on a string, is what I'm trying to say. Guys, this is an unbelievable defensive effort. They have Mike Conley Jr. anchoring them. They got veteran talent. They got young talent. They got bigs. They got perimeter shooting. Look, man, this team arrived early. I'm sorry, my bad. I ain't watch y'all.
And the crazy part is they still have to stop one of the most ball dominant gentlemen who's 6'9" and can get his own shot whenever he wants. And
anytime.
His sidekick.
Lucci,
best dribbling guy ever in history.
Absolutely, and it ain't even close. Like, listen, we can talk about and one. We can talk about Jamal Crawford, the best ball dribbler on a string I've ever seen. And it ain't even close.
It's not close
because he's so low to the ground with it. Because people don't gotta understand what I'm talking about. The ball is so low to the ground when he dribbles it, like low. You can't pluck him. So it ain't happening. Yo, Lucci, where the hell you at? Run back the tape. We was cooking.
What the hell?
I'm here. It's 10:33. What are you?
It's 10:33, Lucci. I'm sick of you. Yo, appreciate you for joining. Yo, watch the show back, man. We was cooking, man. I appreciate y'all as always, gentlemen, as always. Yo, wait a minute. Is Indiana winning this game? Hold on. We pull up real quick. I'll pull the show.
That's why you don't trust Boston. Can't trust them.
Oh man.
Wait a minute.
Told you. They lost.
Wait a minute. 117, 114.
Bullshit, they didn't lose.
Unstable creatures.
Oh, no, they're losing.